Going to be doing yet another tier list today. Today we're going to be throwing it back, going back to the retro MLB logos and ranking them on a tier list, starting with S being the best, then going from A, B, C, and D being the worst. And before we get started, there's not going to be like exactly 100% accuracy with these logos. I just kind of took with what I could get with the tier maker. So yeah, not all of these logos are going to be the retro logos, but I just did as good as I could find. Now let's get right into the rankings. All right, so first up here we have the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. This logo is as clean as it gets. I love this logo here. It's really just the color scheme. The whole look of it just looks amazing. This is an S tier logo. Next we have the Boston Red Sox. This one is pretty bad. I don't like how it looks like it's just like the foot or a leg with like the sock on. I get that they're the Red Sox, but this just looks awful in my opinion. I think this is a D tier logo. Next, we have the Florida Marlins. This one, similar to the Devil Rays, this one is as clean as it gets. I love the color scheme with this one. I love the look of the logo. I love the Marlin. I think this is it just looks amazing. Next up, we have the Anaheim Angels. This one is really creative. I like the text. I like that how they have the wings on the outside of home plate. They have the bats. I think this is a very good one. I don't think it's an S tier, but I think it's an A tier logo. Next up here, we have the San Diego Padres. This one's pretty cool. I like the color scheme of it. I like the look of, the Padres swinging the bat. I think it's a pretty good logo. I think it's a B tier logo. Next up here, we have the Arizona Diamondbacks. This logo is amazing. I love this color scheme. I just love the whole look of the logo. I wish they would go back to those colors. This is a perfect logo. This is an S tier. Next, we have the Texas Rangers. This one is very creative. I like how they threw the cowboy hat on top of the baseball. I think that's really creative. It puts a good touch onto the logo. Outside of the hat, it's not the best logo, but I still think it is pretty good. Gonna go with B tier. Next up, we have the New York Yankees. This one's pretty simple, pretty boring. It is classic, but there's nothing special about it. It's not bad like the Boston Red Sox, but there's also nothing great about it. Next, we have the Atlanta Braves. This one is pretty cool. I like the color scheme. All in all, looks okay. I think it's average. I don't think it's as bad as the Yankees. I think it's going to go in the B tier. Next up, we have the Mariners. This one is awesome. I love the star. I love the look of the M. I think it looks amazing. I don't think it's quite an S tier. I think it's pretty close to it, but I think it fits right in the A tier. Next up, we have the St. Louis Cardinals. This one's pretty cool. I like the cardinal on the bat. I like the outline on the outside of the baseball. I think this is a pretty good looking logo here. I'm not sure if this is an A tier or a B tier. I don't know. I think this one is going to go in the B tier. I don't think it's quite as good as those in the A tier. Next up, we have the Minnesota Twins. This one's pretty cool. I like how they have the Twins standing and it looks like the outline of Minnesota in the logo. I think this is a very creative one. I think this is an A tier logo. Next, we have the New York Mets, and this looks like their current logo. So I'll just put this one in the B tier, I guess. I think this is an average logo. Next, we have the Baltimore Orioles. I love the look of this one, swinging the bat there with the outlined orange. It's similar to the Cardinals logo, but I just think I like this one a little bit more than the Cardinal just standing on the bat. So I'm going to go with A tier for this one. Next, we have the Chicago White Sox. This one's pretty cool. It's not great, but not very bad either. I think this is kind of boring. I think I'm going to go with C tier. Next up, we have the Royals. This one is similar to their current logo. It's all right. It's definitely not bad. I think it's average, so I'll toss it in the B tier. Next up, we have the Giants logo. This one is okay, not great. Not too much going on here. I do like the text. I think I'm going to have to put this one in the C tier, though. Next up, we have the Detroit Tigers. I love the look of this logo. I love the tiger. I think it looks awesome. I think it fits perfectly. I think this is definitely an A tier logo. Next up, we have the Philadelphia Phillies. This one's similar to the Giants, not too much going on. I'm really not a huge fan of this one. I think it's a C tier logo. Next, we have the Cincinnati Reds. This one's okay. I like how he's fielding the baseball. It's a little bit different than your typical logo. I think this is close to an A tier. I'll put it towards the front up there with the Padres logo at the top of the B tier. Next up, this looks like it is the Indians logo. Just based off of the look, I think it's okay. I mean, it looks like a little kid drew this, but I think it still looks okay. It's not great though. I'll put it in the C tier. And next up, we have the Chicago Cubs. This one looks like you have a Cub right there standing with a bat. I think that one's pretty cool. I think it's a little bit better than C tier, so I'll toss it right in the B tier. I think it's an average logo. Next up, we have the Pittsburgh Pirates, and this one's really cool. You have the pirate with the pirate hat. I love this one. I think it's a very good logo. I think it's an A tier logo. Next up, we have the Houston Astros. This one, based off of looks, it's okay. I like the blue and orange. I think it's nothing more than an average logo, though, in my opinion. Next up, we have the Colorado Rockies, and this is what I mean when I say there's not all like retro logos with this. This is pretty current. So this one, I do like this logo, but since it's really not retro, I mean, I'll put it right in the B tier, similar to the Mets. Next up, we have, who is this? I don't even know what team this is, to be honest. Maybe the Brooklyn Dodgers, if I'm not mistaken. This one's pretty simple, similar to the New York Yankees. So I'll put it right up next to the Yankees. I don't think it's very creative, but you got to take into account this is a very old logo. Next up, we have the Milwaukee Brewers. I love this logo. And a lot of people have never really noticed, but the glove actually shows an MB for Milwaukee Brewers. I think that's really creative. I never knew that until I recently saw it on Twitter. So I think they did a really good job with that aspect of the logo. I like the color scheme. I think this is an A caliber logo. Next up, we have the Toronto Blue Jays. Now this logo is pretty cool. I like how the whole thing looks. I like the T. I like the Blue Jay tossing the baseball up with the baseball bat. All in all, I think it looks great. I think it's an A caliber logo. Next up, we have the Washington Nationals. This one is okay. I don't think there's anything too special. That is pretty boring. I don't think it's a bad logo, so I can't put it in the D tier with the Red Sox. But I think it's definitely a C caliber logo. Next up, we have the Swingin' A's. This one's pretty cool. I love how it says that in the logo. I've always loved the color scheme of the Oakland A's. So I think this is a really good logo. I don't think it belongs up in the S tier, but it's definitely towards the front of the A tier. So we'll toss it right up here. So all in all, these logos are all pretty good. All right, so there you have my retro logo tier list. Let me know your guys' thoughts below where you agree or disagree. And as always, if you guys do enjoy the content, feel free to subscribe. I'm going to be posting a lot more videos going forward as we head into the off season. I might even mix in some positional rankings, so stay tuned for that. And as always, I want to thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.